being in space, looking back to Earth, is something amazing.
Marcos Pontes was the first Brazilian astronaut to go to space in 2006.
I see a beautiful thin layer. We live there, 7 billion people living there, trying to have a quality of life. We see that we need to do so many things to transform this planet in something sustainable for the future generations.
In 2011, Marcos Pontes rose to the challenge. As Goodwill Ambassador for the UN Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, he spearheads an initiative to create the first eco-state in the world to serve as a model of sustainable development. Located in Brazil's Amazon region, Roraima, historically a federal territory, became a state in 1988. It has an area of 22 million hectares of land, or nearly twice the size of England, covered mostly with rainforest and grasslands, about 70% of which are protected areas in natural pristine conditions. Traditionally, cattle ranching is the only industry, but over the past decade, farmlands began to appear around the capital, Boa Vista. A well-laid-out city in the midst of a rapid economic transformation, it's home to over 60% of the state's less than 500,000 people, most of them employed by the government and public institutions. Yet, outside the capital, industries are almost non-existent. Dependent mostly on the bounty from the land, people are struggling to survive. Many still live without electricity. The only state in Brazil that is not connected to its electricity grid, Roraima is currently getting supply from a hydropower plant in Venezuela and is expected to be connected to the national grid in 2015. Providing clean and affordable energy for all is one of the top priorities under the Eco-State project. And Marcos has a plan to help people like Joe Zani to grow his company and to generate renewable energy to fuel the state's economy. Rorainopolis, located in the Amazon rainforest, is the heart of the state's timber industry. Joe told Marcos that his company cut only trees that are specified by federal laws to protect forest. His company currently employs 110 workers. But in processing the timber for the plywood and veneer business, they throw away over 40% of the wood.
In this company, they bring the wood from selective cut in special places in a rainforest. They operate completely inside the law according to the best practices for sustainability. So look at this. This is waste wood at this time. But if you pay attention, you can see how good it is yet. So this part here, for example, could be used for furniture, could be used for so many different things. So certainly this is a possibility of generating jobs here in this city. What they want to do here is to transform that waste in something useful, like energy.
Eu já pensei no caso de eu montar uma caldeira e eu fornecer energia para a minha empresa e também para a cidade. Hoje, se eu fizesse o reaproveitamento dessa madeira, eu conseguiria atingir de 50 a 100 funcionários a mais.
With support from UNIDO, Marcos is planning a program that would provide waste-to-energy technologies to investors like Joe. The electricity generated will replace the diesel power currently being used, saving cost, creating jobs, and reducing the industry's ecological footprint. The program will be one of the pilot initiatives under the Eco-State project to serve as an example to inspire others to promote sustainable development.
In the home state, we have a lot of potential that we need a system to develop this, especially energy, and I'm sure that we are going to have all the support that we need to bring these expertise solutions here to Boa Vista.
transforming a state is not an easy task. Something that will need work of so many people, participation of pretty much everybody here.
And Marcos is no stranger to challenges. Over the last year, he has worked tirelessly, engaging policymakers, industry leaders and the public at large to promote the eco-state project, citing often his once seemingly impossible dream. Growing up in a poor suburb of Sao Paulo, he had wanted to become a pilot since the age of 7.
When I said that, the first thing that I heard was, this is impossible, you're never going to be a pilot, this is just for rich people. And I became a pilot.
7, 6, 5.
Actually, I became an astronaut, the first one of the country.
1. Lift off. Lift off the Soyuz rocket transporting just one case to their microgravity.
They listen, they say, well, maybe it's not impossible. This is the way I can kind of assemble this big team called Roraima State. I expect that my next flight, the cities, will not be like scars on the surface of the planet, but beautiful tattoos that will integrate with the nature around. That's very important in peace, all equal, and living with this sense of I'm part of this, and we are all part of this.